You're listening to Off the Vine with Kaitlyn Bristowe.
Hey, Vinos, real quick, if you are listening right now, which obviously you are or you wouldn't be hearing this, can you hit the subscribe or follow button on whatever platform you're on? Please. That one simple thing helps more than you even realize. It allows me to keep growing on this podcast and making these episodes the best they can possibly be, obviously for you. That's the only favor I'm going to ever ask, okay? It truly means the world to me. Thank you. Now let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome to Off the Vine. I'm your host, Kaitlyn Bristowe. I usually do some sort of intro, but all I need to say is the man, the myth, the legend, Chris Harrison, everybody.
Can't wait to find out what we're talking about.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to lie. Ben Higgins sat right where you were sitting. And
I felt that.
You can feel his bum, can't you? You know what that feels like. He said, is Chris Harrison coming on? I said, yeah. He goes, oh, he's like, you're going to have so much fun. He'll say anything nowadays. I'm like, really? I'm like, perfect.
He's a loose cannon.
He's like, I actually think he might have used those terms, loose cannon, which I'm like, I've always known Chris to be a loose cannon, just not on camera.
He's old and he's crazy now. He'll say anything.
You're getting to that age where you're like,
I'm like that old guy across the street.
Yeah, you like sit on your rocking chair with like a piece of hay. God, if he's probably listening, my neighbor.
Yeah.
Hi, I forget your name, but I know your dog's name is Bentley. Well, I'm so excited. I love that you actually came here to be here in person and you had to put yourself together before going on camera because you've been in the biz.
I've been in the biz.
You've been in the biz so long. I'm like, it's so crazy when you go back. You were talking about it earlier when we were just downstairs having coffee, but like, you were in the TV space before Bachelor, and then to have a 20-year run with that kind of franchise is no joke, which I wanted to start all the way back. How did you get in to even news?
Oh, God. Well, it started there on like black and white film.
Yeah.
We used to etch into a stone.
Stop.
No,
it probably feels like that.
I did. I had this whole life before before Bachelor, where I was working in local news in Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
Being, I was a sportscaster there because I played soccer in college and then started as a sportscaster and loved my time in Oklahoma City. And to this day, like I'm so grateful for that time because it's where I cut my teeth and it was live. And I was doing everything. I just saw something about Tom Cruise. Was talking to because he's like the guy right now. He's literally saving Hollywood. Yeah. But he was saying, he goes, today's movie stars, like they don't even know what lens they're shooting on. Like they're not, they don't understand the craft.
Yeah.
And it is something. And I feel like the guy who's like, get off my lawn. I'm the old guy because one thing that bugs me is people that come along and say you want to host or whatever, but you haven't learned the craft.
Yeah.
And that's what I loved about local news is I learned to edit, produce, write, teleprompter, you name it. I knew everybody's job. I couldn't do it as good as them, but I knew the job. And so like I knew how to help a director. I knew how to help like if, Dennis who lit The Bachelor for so many years, I knew how to help those guys. So everybody did their job.
Yeah, you wore a lot of hats.
Yeah. And so I just wanted, I have that respect for the business. And so, I did sportscasting. And when I moved to LA, I actually was for a horse racing network for crying out loud.
Really?
Yeah. TV, it's still around, TVG. I don't know if it's called TVG anymore, but it's a horse racing network.
Oh, hilarious.
And then I did, game show. I did the home and garden show, Designers Challenge.
This is all before The Bachelor?
All before The Bachelor.
Wow.
Yeah. I was hosting the racing network, doing Designers Challenge, which was the biggest show I was hosting on HGTV, then The Bachelor. So I did all three. For the first 2 or 3 years, I was doing all three.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me because at one point you were doing like Bachelor in Paradise, Bachelor, Bachelorette. What is that? Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? And something else I feel like.
For a while, I did TV Guide. I was hosting and producing for TV. I did an entertainment news show for TV Guide channel. It was an old channel back in the day where like Joan Rivers did the red carpet. That's when I was on TV Guide.
Love.
And what an amazing woman.
Iconic.
I'm so glad I got to know her.
Oh, because Carrie Fettman, the stylist for Bachelor, was her stylist.
Her daughter, Melissa.
Yeah.
And Melissa's son and my son played lacrosse together.
You're kidding.
They were on the same team for a while. And so I saw Melissa at lacrosse tournaments. It was really weird. Small world.
That is really small.
Really bizarre.
Somebody tried to write a mean comment to me and they're like, you're like Joan Rivers. And I was like, thank you.
Wish. That woman was a national treasure.
A national. Well, that's what people think about you with the Bachelor franchise. But I don't think people know how hard that job is, and two, how much expertise you had going into it, like with all of that under your belt.
Yeah, it really helped, But the funny thing is, the higher you get, the less you do.
Yeah.
So when you get to The Bachelor, all of a sudden you have the best lighting guys. You have the best guy on jib camera, and you have the best, tech and audio and the stage and everything.
Yeah.
Art department, you name it. It was the best.
Yeah.
And so you just watch these people work and you almost feel guilty because I'm like, oh, now like Pretty Boy comes out and reads and walks off and he goes home and then we work for another 20 hours.
Yeah.
So I just always felt it was incumbent upon me to show up on time, do my job, know my lines, be ready to go and crush it first time.
Yeah.
And, you guys used to joke about how I would be for, one take wonder.
Yeah.
And so your crew, everybody came in and said, you never screw up. It's like, I would feel so guilty if I came in and took everybody's time because everyone works so damn hard to make us look good.
Yeah.
And they did a phenomenal
comes with
job.
Experience too, because I look back on my time as the Bachelorette and I was like, I was such a selfish little bitch. Like I thought it was all about me. I'm not even thinking actually
that you all do, by the way.
I'm sure.
But I hate
that.
But it's our job and it's our fault that you do feel like that.
Sure.
Because our job is to make you feel like the most special princess in the world or the best stud.
Yeah.
And, so it's not you dependent. And it's not I think it has a negative connotation, but our job was to make you feel like you are the one because we need you to feel invincible and strong and powerful and take all distractions away from you because we need you to concentrate on this. I've always felt like I tell my kids, all you can do is make the best decision with the information you have in that moment.
And like what I find tricky to do is forward thinking.
Yeah.
Because as we know, I react in the moment very big.
Which is why you're great reality television.
Yeah. But I'm like, I wish I could forward think more of like, how is this going to affect? Like, I thought about getting an OnlyFans the other day. I was like, Kaitlyn, people DM me for feet pics all the time. But then I thought, okay, forward thinking.
Was that as far as you would have gone?
Yes. Feet? Yes.
I'll show my feet right now for $20. Yeah.
I literally like tease my feet all the time just in case. But I'm like, okay, I could have a family one day but I'm saying like if I hear something and something makes me feel
you're very
way,
reactionary.
Yeah. Right away. Like sometimes I've actually learned. Even a year ago, I would have just went straight to Instagram and blah, 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 and then been like, shit. But now I do a little bit of a better job. You do a really good job at being like, how's this going to affect not only me, my family, 5 years down the road? So I think you did
I'm very analytical in that way.
Yeah.
And I definitely think, and I don't know if it's the dad in me or whatever, but then it was also the dad of, because I always thought of the crew, of you, the people that came on the show, the ones I loved anyway, because I didn't get along with everybody.
No,
and that's not.
It would be impossible.
Yeah, it's impossible. There's thousands of people that came through the show, but I connected with some more than others and are very good friends. But I kind of felt responsible for everybody. And that was on me. And it's like, that is my, if I was sitting here with my therapist, that's what we'd be dealing with. Is like, you have that kind of, caretaker mentality.
Yes.
And I come about it very honestly. I've always had that.
Yeah. I felt it while we were filming. Well. Yeah. Well, of course, because not only were you just a host, like you did, I think because you cared so much about everyone behind the scenes, because you knew all the hard work that was going into it.
That's why I love Austin right now. Austin is Hollywood 30 years ago.
Oh, that's exciting.
When I first got to Hollywood, it didn't matter where you were from.
Yeah.
It sure as hell didn't matter who you voted for.
Right.
It was like, are you cool? Yeah. Are you cool? Do you want to do what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's make magic.
Yeah.
And let's get funky together and let's just.
Well, that is what it was 20 years ago in the Bachelor world. Yeah.
I feel like I got on the last train out.
Yeah.
And Lauren begrudges me this. Is she's like, you really crushed it. And I realized I was on that last train is when the Bachelor started. Like even, I know the creator of the show gets a hard time, but he was brilliant.
Yes.
He did.
There's no doubt about that.
I loved watching his mind work.
Yeah.
It's also what cost him in the end.
Right.
But he was fascinating to watch. And I worked with a lot of people early days where we were doing some crazy shit.
Like what? Just
inventing a show of that magnitude.
Right. Which was so like wild and crazy at the time. Like now it's so much crazier.
Oh yeah.
That the Bachelor is now boring compared to a lot of other love reality dating shows.
Well,
where this was like.
It was truly an experiment.
Yeah.
You didn't know. It wasn't predicated on the fact that it worked. Mm-hmm. It was predicated on the fact that it was a wild experiment and we're not sure if it works, but I sure want to see if it does.
Yeah.
That was the magic.
Right.
And everything that happened within that bubble was amazing. And that's what they were good at, was poking and prodding and, turning this heater up, turning this one down. And
the experiment of
moving,
it.
Yeah, moving the pieces around the chessboard.
Yeah.
And, getting people like you who are very reactionary, very combustible.
Yeah.
You're young.
Yeah.
It was, the elevators have to meet. It was perfect timing.
And the seasons went through so many different like ups and downs, but the very beginning, I read somewhere that you were like embarrassed to go to church because at the time it was just such a like one man dating 20 women. When
the show started, I asked, I'm like, am I going to be able to go to church on Sunday? Like if this show, because all I had heard was this guy, the creator of the show, Mike Fleiss, had just done Do You Want to Marry a Millionaire?
Right.
Or Who Wants to Marry a Millionaire? With Rick Rockwell and Darva Conger, which was a ratings bonanza, but very much maligned because he turned out he wasn't a millionaire or whatever and had a restraining order and there was no such thing as a background check.
Right.
So it was, but I'm like, okay, ABC's doing this. It was so fun when the show first started. It really was.
I bet.
And it kept being fun, but I was like, honestly, I was like an outsider. I was just a hired gun.
Where did I go? Like Iowa twice on Chris soul season. And I'm like, Iowa's the perfect place to fall in love, right, guys. I'm like, can we go somewhere else now?
Yeah. Who doesn't want to have sex on a corn stalk? Like, sign me up.
I would, but
I've tried it twice.
Would recommend 10 out of 10. Hey, if you saw where I grew up, you'd be like, that is exactly where she would. Yeah, that makes sense. Emily Maynard's season to me is like the most iconic, and Sean Lowe.
God, I don't know. I mean, to me, when I think iconic, because I'm really old, that would be Andrew Firestone, Trista, Bob Guiney.
Yes.
Where it was the old crew, like the old producers, the A-team. When I introduced myself to Ari Lindike Jr., after he drove me at Indy 500, and it was like halfway through the show, and we're like I forget where we were in the Caribbean, and I'm like, oh yeah, this race car guy drove me at Indy. His name was Ari Lindike Jr. And Ari was like, dumbass, that's me. And I'm like, I couldn't get out of it.
No,
that was one of my most embarrassing moments. I'm like, oh man.
So you just had to
surrender. I totally ate crow. I was like, there's no backing out of this. I'm sorry. I should know who you are by now. I didn't know this person.
Oh my God.
Because I knew there was a car racer on Emily's season.
Yeah.
And I had just gone to Indy. So I was like, oh, I'll connect with this guy by telling the story. Instead, I made a complete ass of myself.
Honestly, you saying I'm a exposed nerve is like sticking with me. I'm like, that is such a good way of putting it. I can't.
And you've we've done a root canal on you. We've brought you down now, but that nerve is still.
It's just wants below to be exposed. Yeah, it could be with one little. When I posted the other day that you reading the mean tweets.
Oh yeah.
People were like, I did not know it was going to go as crazy as it did, and I was on a Zoom with some like my podcast company or something, and I'm looking and I'm like, oh my God, people didn't understand. Even though I put in the caption, I said. Chris was the one that was always there for me, but also I said, I'm glad they aired this. Yeah. And everyone was like, I still can't believe they did that too. I'm like, guys, I said, yes, you can do this.
I was like, Kaitlyn knew about it.
I knew the whole time.
We talked to you about it.
Yes.
But it was funny listening I hadn't listened to that in forever.
Isn't it? Hearing you say, shut your whore legs. It's like one of my favorite.
In my real deep host voice.
Yeah, Kaitlyn
Bristowe, shut your whorish slut bag legs.
And go back to Whore Island.
And go back to Whore Island. Kaitlyn, how does that make you feel?
How did you know?
Wonderful, Chris. I know. Because I was saying words on TV that I know I should have said, but it was funny. So I didn't know you did that. I didn't know you posted. And I texted you about this because poor Taylor, who's been trying to book me, and we've been trying to work this out for a while to be on the show. And you go, oh God, did you see? And I'm like, what did you do this time? Because this is not the first time you and I have had this issue. And then I'm like, oh crap, what did she do? And so I go find the post, and I was like, oh, I don't care about this.
Yeah, I didn't think you would because. At this point, I have learned a few lessons, and I'm like, I made sure because I was like, I'm going to make sure everybody knows that this was not like Chris had to read it to me. I said yes.
You could have covered my ass a little more than you did.
How?
But it was I was, and by the way, I didn't get any crap for it. I didn't get any messages, or I it was funny. But I was like, oh God, what did she do?
Just hearing
because you go, I'm on a Zoom. Are you okay? And I'm like, what do you mean? Am I okay? Or What did you do?
And then I go, I just posted you and you're like, well, I didn't see that, but now I'm going to go look.
I'm going to go look.
But it's like, I've watched that so many times because sometimes, like, you know how Jimmy Kimmel always did the like reading the mean tweets? Because at the time, obviously I was like, this is crazy. And I cried like a little bit because all the men stood up for me and you said something really nice. And I was like, oh, but then every time I've watched it back, I've laughed so like belly laughter hearing you
at
read
my
those
funeral. I want that read. I want y'all to play that because it's comedy gold. But at the time, do you remember how heavy that moment was?
It was so, I mean, I felt sick to my stomach.
Look at Ben Higgins. Look at Ben in that moment.
Yeah. He just had his head
upset.
in his hands.
Yeah. And it was really heavy.
It was a heavy moment.
It was a heavy moment, that whole show, because what year was it? 2015?
Yeah.
So 2015. We should do a 10-year anniversary for that.
Yes. That's what I'm doing.
I know. Damn it, Kaitlyn, keep up. So 2015, like really though, social media and all that, like that was the first, like where you had that meanness online and that kind of a wave of the hate speech and all that.
Right.
That really, because I was trying to think who was before you that where we dealt with that. And I don't think we really did.
Well, because social media, I feel like Andy's season was before mine.
Yeah, we definitely didn't deal with it as much with Andy.
Yeah.
I mean, she got a little bit, but not big.
I feel like people were more like, oh, wow, a woman who stands up for herself, finally. And then went to Chris Soules and everybody just adored that man.
Yeah, well, how do you not? You know,
he's just
Iowa.
He's just a little farmer man. And then it was me and I was, I guess I always knew who I was like growing up and I was always celebrated for being the exposed nerve that I am. And then to put that on TV, I was like, oh, people have opinions.
But we also made stars back then. I mean, you guys became stars. Y'all were huge.
Which was crazy because that's what I wanted to ask. Like you guys made stars the whole time, but what was that like with the transition of social media?
It was good and bad.
Yeah.
You know, I think you guys got the best and the worst of it.
Yeah.
Because Trista would be a billionaire. If she was as big as she was and there was social media, there was I think off the top of my head, 33 million people watched that finale.
It was wild.
It's psychotic.
Yeah.
Aaron Berge was our biggest season start to finish, but Trista's finale was our biggest rated show, 33 million. We outrated the Oscars, the World Series that year. It's hard to fathom that many people.
Yeah.
When this year, in this day and age, you know, if you get 1.5 million viewers, you're like, whoa, we're doing great.
That's huge.
You know, we would have jumped off a bridge if that was, you know, if we lost that many viewers in a commercial break, we would have freaked out.
Yeah.
But the stardom, you know, because back then I would go like to the World Series or the Super Bowl and stuff like that with Trista. She was the biggest star wherever we went.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you could be with Jennifer Garner and whoever was big at the time, John Ritter, God rest his soul.
Yeah.
And it's like people would knock them down to get to Trista Rynn.
Yeah.
She was a bona fide superstar.
Yeah.
And could do anything she wanted, go anywhere we wanted. The show was massive, but she didn't get the bounce.
Right.
She wasn't the influencer because it didn't exist. Then, you know, everybody who came on the show when there was that kind of, I don't know where it was in history, maybe it was like Andy Dorfman or somewhere around there. You all instantly got 1 million, 2 million, 3 million followers on Instagram, Twitter, whatever it was at the time.
Yeah.
And y'all were you're banking that.
Yeah.
I mean, this house, we're sitting, everything that's happened,
I know.
it's because of the timing. It was, you know, look at the people now that come off the show. I don't know them. I don't even know their names, but if you go look at them, I bet they don't have 100,000 followers.
I know. So I always wonder what that is. Was it just the timing of social media? People were just people were fascinated with the show, but the fact that you could then get to know them better, they're not just like this one-dimensional person anymore. All of a sudden you can see all different sides of them on their social media and you become so invested with them and who they are.
And it wasn't even you, right? I mean, you were a Bachelorette, so you had the stage.
Yeah.
But look at Becca Tilly. Look at Leslie Murphy.
Yeah.
Look at, you know, Sarah Heron.
Yeah.
Amazing women that were not the Bachelorette and absolutely exploded and had a great life. And even Ben Higgins and Ashley Iconetti. I know Ben was the Bachelor, but you know, there were people that kind of got to that stardom phase where they have made a living off of this.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself fine-tuning your budget like a little responsible adult, but still wishing it could stretch a little further? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can be a smarter budgeter and potentially lower your insurance bill too. You tell Progressive what you want to pay for car insurance, and they're going to help you find options that fit your budget. I just keep being like, why isn't this how everything works? Flights, wine, deliveries, Botox, come on now. Try it today at Progressive.com, Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law, not available in all states.
It's been 10 years.
Yeah.
If you had to hook up with someone from your show now,
this is a good question.
who would it be?
Ooh.
2 questions. Because it's kind of an F, marry, kill.
Right.
It's one would be just a romp in the hay.
Yeah, okay.
Hook up, total hookup.
Yeah.
We leave in the morning. We don't exchange numbers, just a total romp.
Yeah.
And then it's marry. Then it's who would I settle down with?
Oh, God. Okay. And we're pretending they're all
just doing
single.
F, marry, no kill.
Okay, no kill.
Because I know who you're going to kill.
Do you though?
Yeah, because we want to have them on the show.
I don't know if you, things have changed.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So a little romp in the hay.
Mm-hmm. This is your F. Yeah.
Okay. Honestly, oh man, it would probably be either Jared, because I never got to hit that.
Yeah.
Or Sean, because it was good.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. You'd go back to that well. So probably Jared, because you didn't get to go to that well.
But okay, let's go with Jared.
Okay. I like that.
If he was single. Mary, probably Jared too.
Jared too. That's a good call. Yeah, he is total husband material.
He really is. Or Ben Higgins.
Yeah, or Ben.
Yeah. Okay, I would romp with Jared and marry Ben.
But think about that. Think of the stars that just came off your show. I mean,
Crazy.
obviously Nick was a carryover, but became a bona fide star from our show. Ben Higgins, Jared, like big, Sean, obviously because
Tanner did well on social media.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
huge.
crazy. Same with the girls from Crystal season.
Yeah.
Like Ashley I is always going to be so iconic.
Iconic.
She really is.
We may be seeing her again soon too.
If there was ever a person out of the franchise that you would romp with.
Oh God. Yeah, no.
I remember asking you.
As I started the whole show off with, hi, I'm Chris Harrison. No, I'm not the Bachelor. I'm a happily married man.
Yeah, but so is Jared and Ben, and I just said I would romp with them.
I would romp with Jared and Ben.
That's who you would choose.
I FaceTime Ben and Jess from time to time because we love to see the babies. That's what's cool now is we are to the point where...
Way to pivot, by the way, but go on.
No, but it's true. Like we I'll call them and it's like, show me Winnie. And then it's like, I was on with Colton and Jordan the other day and like the baby's there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, everyone's, becoming parents and like we're in this next phase of life and it's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. And I was just in Scotland and Wells Adams, actually Wells and Andrew Firestone were there.
Oh, were they?
Yeah. Because we were there
Wells.
celebrating a couple birthdays, Andrew being one of them, turning 50. And there we had an extra spot. So I needed a degenerate golfer. That's Wells. So I called and he's like, yeah, I'll come to Scotland.
Yeah.
And so it was me.
He's like, I was short-lived in Scotland for his little stint on Traders.
But how cool was that it was me, Andrew Firestone, and Wells, only because of this franchise. It changed my life.
Yeah.
It changed my kids' lives.
Yeah.
It's generationally, financially, it changed me, but also just the person I am, the things I got to do, the things I got to see, the people I got to meet.
Yeah.
I mean, real, true friends that I talk to all the time. And I'm sorry that's lost.
Yeah.
I really am. I mourn. If I mourn anything, it's not the job. That's what I mourn is that I couldn't keep that going. And when I meet people out and about, that's what they miss too.
When you moved and transitioned from Bachelor to what you're doing now, were you like, I'm just going to hang it up and live a life where I'm just like going fishing and golfing? And then how did you get back into what you're doing now?
There was this manic side of me that was like, get back to work.
Yeah.
Like immediately. Because I've always worked since I was 16 years old. I've had a job, whether it was construction.
I think of you like an athlete. Like that's all they know. It's what you eat, sleep, and breathe. It's your life. You do it every day. You love it. It's what you know. And then to just like go, and it obviously means you're a hard worker. So to just like then be like, bye.
To stop for a second.
Yeah.
It was really weird. It was off-putting.
Yeah.
But it's almost like go be alone in your thoughts for a minute. And then there was a moment where I started to really love what was happening and hitting the pause button. And I had time to fall in love and truly get married to the woman I love and dive back into my kids' lives. You know, I've always been involved, as you know, but like they were at a very pivotal time of graduating high school and going to college. And there was that moment where I just had this like calm of like, wow, I'm like,
you can breathe.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm really happy right now.
Yeah.
I'm like, and then then I got a little complacent. I'm like, I don't know if I'll ever go back again.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause I always talk about the benefit of hindsight. Like it's just the timing of everything with you being able to then have a pause, wanting to like at some point leave anyways, getting to spend so much quality time with your kids during such a pivotal time for them. And I saw you, like, I think that's something that people didn't know either, is just how involved you were with your family, because they think, oh, you're just traveling the world, you're not at home parenting, but you were. And can you share what Taylor said to you today?
Oh, yeah.
Because I think that's really sweet.
Our daughter Taylor, who's 21, she's going to be, I guess now technically a senior in college. I
can't believe it.
She was a little girl.
She was just a little girl.
Yeah. So she's 21. She was 11 years old during your season. And, you know, I remember as you were getting your makeup, she'd come and like play in your makeup case. And like, she loved you. She loved you.
Oh, I loved her.
She thought you were just everything. Because that's when she really finally realized kind of what I do, and that, you know, daddy's friends are on TV. And it's like, oh my God, Kaitlyn Bristowe. and I remember like talking to her about your moment with Nick and the whole thing. We had these long talks.
I was the reason you had the birds and the bees combo with Taylor. Dear God.
Thank you for the sex talk. But our daughter is, she's studying abroad through TCU, and she's in Madrid. And I think she's in Barcelona today. And she texted and she's like, hey, I just want to thank you for making me the worldly traveler I am and the worldly woman I am, to have just respect for the cultures and the places. She's like, I look at people that are traveling, other Americans and their college students, and, you know, acting a fool and being buffoons. And because my first thing was like, are you safe? Are you okay?
Yeah, of course.
Because I also taught her those skills.
Yeah.
You know, the little tricks of the trade that you learn. And she's like, just thanks. And I was like,
so sweet. Your kids are
something
such
got
good
through.
kids.
Something got through.
They really, both of them, I've always told you that. I just think they're the greatest. And like, I don't know, just that text is so tailored too. Like she's just such a appreciative, grateful,
and I don't know
sweetie.
if it was the show or maybe even you that did this to her when she was 11, but she's a psychology major, and child development is her kind of niche. And so I'm like, I wonder if it was all those years of watching and talking about psychology that drove her. She's like, wow, people are really effed up.
Yeah.
I need to fix them.
This. Wait, when is her birthday? Because I want to know what her sign is.
December 21st.
Oh, so she's a Capricorn, I think?
Maybe. I don't know signs at all.
That would make sense if she was. I love Capricorns. But I was just thinking about this with thinking of her knowing about my season, you having to have that conversation. What was that like behind the scenes when I had sex? It was this whole thing and I had to talk about it. What was that like behind the scenes for all of you guys?
Well, again, the fix was in.
Yeah.
We knew it was going to happen. I mean, I say that not knowing you're a woman of free will and made your own choice, but it was kind of like you put a bowl of M&Ms in a, you know, someone's going to start nibbling on them, right? It's like, and you leave the room. And
anyone's going to nibble, it's Kaitlyn.
Yeah. Speaking of exposed nerves.
And I still like love how everything went down. It's like kind of the same thing we're talking about. Like we can have so much love for the show and it could also have done like some damage and be evil. But it's like, I look back on that and I'm like, I wouldn't have done it any different.
But that's what's beautiful about the show. And that's why it was so great at the time, is you did have these visceral reactions. Even I did.
Yeah.
And that's why I knew it was good. I'm like, I don't know if this is a good idea to bring Nick on the show.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
and
scary.
I'm like, I don't really want to.
Yeah.
But because I also knew, I was like, I don't know if he's, I don't know if he was going to be sincere about it, because he just come off Andy's season. He just won his 15 minutes and all that stuff. And
we were all confused about that.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, God.
And so, and I still don't even, I still don't know. Like he probably did come on for the 15 minutes and then maybe did fall in love with you. How can you not?
Thank you.
I think he was good at falling in love. I think he did convince himself that was real, and like he did with Andy.
Yeah.
And so it turned out to be phenomenal TV. And those seasons were you had these visceral reactions to people on the show. Yeah. Love them. They were the greatest. Ben Higgins is a hero. Yeah. Sean or Nick's a villain. Yeah. And, again, what the truth is they're all both.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's true. I still like watching it back. I actually had so many visceral reactions.
Yeah,
and
I bet.
I cried and I laughed and I went ew and I went, what was I thinking? And it was all things I was like, what a great season.
I hate the word triggering. It's so overused.
I know,
but it had to be triggering as hell to watch.
If there's a time to use the word trigger, it was watching that back, and like it unlocked so many different parts of my brain that I had forgotten about and that I had like definitely like trapped inside my body as trauma, and like. It
I
kind
get
of
like
brought
that
up
too.
a lot.
There was 5 years ago, we did a show called Listen to Your Heart.
Oh, yeah.
And it was cute. You were a judge.
I was a judge.
You were on the finale, actually.
Yes. That was fun.
And with Rita Wilson, I think Tom Hanks' wife,
Tom
and
Hanks'
Jewel.
wife.
And
that was right before COVID. Remember, they were the first to get COVID. They left the next day.
That's right. Yeah.
And like got COVID.
Went to Australia and got COVID.
Yeah.
And so we did that show and I loved it. And so someone had posted a little bit about the finale. I'm like, oh man, because I think the finale was here in Nashville.
Yes, it was.
It just took me back. And when I see stuff, I look back on your show and you put that clip out and I'm like, God, it takes me back.
I know.
And again, I just, could I have done better in those moments? Could I have, protected her better, done what, did something differently? And I'm like, I just did what I thought was right in that moment.
No, my mom still to this day will like cry over you because she knows, and I talk about it all the time about like behind the scenes and off camera, you were really supportive of me and you were very sweet. And I always said like, I feel like you were so solid, and like I think people saw our friendship, but like not even close to what it actually was.
Well, it means thank you. And it means a lot that I'm off the show, have nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
But I still keep in touch. You'll give me a call. And I talk to Ben and I see his baby and Colton and Andrew Firestone and Bob Guinea and you name it. Like, I still keep in touch with a lot of these people and they'll reach out for advice.
Yeah.
And like, Ashley and Jared. I was just on the phone with Ashley and Jared the other night.
Yeah.
Because she needed some advice for business stuff.
Yep.
And she's like, I need someone who will give me an unbiased, honest opinion. And I'm like, I'll do that.
You are the person for an honest, unbiased, and like you get the business, so like every side of it.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I tell people I've tripped over all the hurdles you're going to go over. So I would help you avoid those.
Which is so nice.
Yeah.
I said this about your wedding. I was like, that's how you know like who the real ones were at your wedding, or people I'm like, these are all people that I've stayed close with too.
Yeah.
They're like all good. Like your wedding was so much fun.
Yeah, the only one I missed, I think Brad Womack couldn't make it.
Oh, I would have loved to meet him.
So bummed. There was another wedding going on too. And I think
there was.
Because I think Becca couldn't go to that is because she was at someone else's, I forget who was getting married at the time.
Yeah, it was somebody else. It was
within
somebody else in the Bachelor world.
Yeah. I forget who it was.
Tia Booth.
Was it Tia?
It was Tia Booth.
But God, we want to run that party back.
Oh, you have to. You have to do like a reunion.
Everyone had a great time.
Yeah.
We all got absolutely crushed on Siempre Tequila.
Yeah.
I mean, so hammered.
And the barbecue that you had there?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Bam Bams. If you're ever near Provo, Utah, anywhere near Salt Lake, Provo area, go to Bam Bam's. My God.
That was insane.
Barbecue master.
And
crushed
just
it.
like
That was his gift us, by the way. He just did that. Yes.
Holy shit.
He was barbecuing
good.
in my driveway.
God.
He was like 5 a.m. on my wedding day. I woke up and I'm like, there's a big guy, 300-pound man barbecuing in my driveway. This is the kind of redneck shit I love.
Oh, I loved it
was great.
so much.
And that wedding was great because like Lauren and I drove to the wedding together.
Yeah.
Like with the kids. It was just the 4 of us in my truck because we had kind of done our nuptials officially already in Napa with just our family. And then so when we did Austin, it was more of a celebratory ceremony. And so we actually got ready together, drove together. We walked it down the aisle together.
Yeah.
And it was so awesome. Because you could take it all in.
Yeah. You could see you guys take it all in. Yeah.
And that was maybe the most fun I've ever had.
Honestly, that was one of the most fun times I've ever had.
And it was, and even to the end where we had the Tiff's Treats chocolate chip cookies on the way out, I'm like, oh God, it was good.
It was really, really dialed and fun and the best people. And like watching you and Lauren together is so
Yeah.
I think that's why I'm still living alone because I'm like, I want that.
No, it exists. I didn't think it exists, but shit, I love that woman.
Oh,
God,
and you can just, it pours out of both of you. And the fact that you can work together now says a lot too.
I hope we continue to love each other.
Yeah.
Working together daily.
Yeah.
No, she, when I was in Oklahoma, an old friend of mine used to have this saying, when that love rock hits you, it'll knock your ass out.
Yeah.
And I mean, the way I love her and adore her, and I cannot, like, I flew in today because I wanted to see you and I love you and I wanted to do this show, but I'm also on a flight to get back home because I want to be
2 hours.
Because I want to be in bed with her tonight.
Yeah.
It's like anytime I can be back home with her, I'm like, I'm back.
That's so, because you guys are really like best friends. You have the same sense of humor. You both enjoy traveling. Your love for everything is so similar. And you just like are actually in love too on top of that.
I think too much is made in life of, there's this birds of a feather or opposites attract.
Yeah.
And I think when we're young, you think opposites attract.
Right.
I want someone so different than me.
Yeah.
And instead, the older you get, the more I'm like, I kind of want
a live-in best friend.
Yeah, a best friend.
Yeah.
I don't want to change you and I don't want you to change me. I just want to be a value add. And Lauren is that. We're very similar in the way we love and the way we love our families, the way we think, the way we, she is a lot funnier than I am. Her sense of humor is wicked. And I adore the fact that she is the star of every moment. When she walks into a room,
she really is.
People are like, dude, we like you. We love Lauren. Like,
she is.
Zima is the star. And I tell her that I'm like, you are a freaking star. I'm like, trust me.
Yeah, she is.
Working with her on our new endeavor has been awesome. It really has been fun.
Yeah, that's what we'll wrap this up with, talking about that, because I think it's so perfect that you two can like talk about any topic together, and it will be not only like brilliant, you're knowledgeable, but it's also like a really sweet banter because
it's what our life is. It's what we do. I'm like, we just need to do this on the show because we get into it, good, bad, ugly, and so we're doing this new. I guess I got to call it a talk show / podcast through the drama. It's on Merit Street TV, which is Dr. Phil's Merit Network, which is on Dish. It's on Direct, but if you don't get it, free app, you can download it. It's on YouTube, so you can watch it. It drops every day, every weekday. It's on Merit at 11:30 Central Time. And it's Lauren and I doing a 30-minute talk show.
It's great.
And we talk about everything.
Yeah.
From fertility. She just talked about the fact that she froze her eggs and we went through that together.
Yeah.
And the fact that we don't want to have kids and she doesn't want to have kids.
Wait, but I was just going to ask. Yeah. So I was like,
Thanks for watching the show.
I watch every morning, 11:30 Central Time.
Liar!
No, but I do want to now.
Slut!
Go die in a dumpster. But now I forget what I was saying.
About her freezing her eggs and having babies.
Because I was like, okay, I didn't want to, or we didn't even get there downstairs because we came up here. I'm like, are you guys thinking about having a baby?
No, and that's that's what we wanted to talk about. And because people are like, that's the initial thing.
Yeah.
And it's something that's been difficult because she has to then defend it, feel like she has to defend it socially of, look, I don't want to have children.
Right.
I very much don't think so. But, the way Lauren and I looked at it and our fertility doctor changed our verbiage. We looked at it as insurance. You have insurance for everything on this house. My kids are insured. Lauren's insured. I want to make sure that when I leave this earth, they're taken care of. I assume I'm going first.
Right.
And if there is the natural order of things.
Right.
And she's like, look, what if I walk out of your house and get hit by a bus? She's young and I want her to get married. I want her to go be happy. Yeah. Does that include kids? I don't know.
Right.
And she doesn't know. I definitely won't know. But she just wanted, if it's possible, you got to do that now. It's that. So our fertility doctors, it's an investment. Think of it as an investment, less of an insurance policy.
Yes.
It's an investment you make.
Yeah.
And you're investing in what you may want in the future. So, she talked about this openly, so I don't mind speaking for her, and I know this to be true. She lost her dad when she was young, and that really broke her family. It didn't break them apart because they are as close as a family can be, but it shattered the family, And so she helped raise her siblings. She had to become a different child to her mom at the time. And so I think she felt like she very much had that. And I can tell you for sure, she has impacted our kids' lives, Josh and Taylor. And she is the most, whether you want to call it a bonus mom, a mother-in-law, whatever, stepmom, she is that in spades.
Yes.
I mean,
I've seen it.
She is a godsend to my kids and is truly impactful. And especially in Taylor, having a young teenage girl and having Lauren around, they are thick as thieves. And her mom, Taylor's mom is great. You met her too. You know her.
Yeah.
She's a great mom. It's taking nothing away from her.
No.
She's fantastic. But Lauren is phenomenal. So she doesn't want to have kids. And she felt she wanted to speak about this publicly because as a woman, if you go through this, then, you're trying. Well, no, but
I know.
But at a certain age, I want to make sure that I could get in it. There is that finite time of 35 to 37. You should do that.
I agree.
If you want to freeze your eggs.
I mean, I was so lucky to know Whitney, who is a fertility nurse, and talked to me about the importance of, she also calls it insurance, but investment of doing that. And I'm so grateful I did it at 32 because now I'm like turning 40 next month.
35 is that thing.
35
it's kind of that you can still do it as you get older, but it's really, you are exponentially producing more healthy eggs below 35 than you are after 35.
Right. It's because science.
You got all your eggs when you were born. I've learned so much.
I know it's crazy. Isn't
if you
it
need to know about fertility, I'm your guy.
You just started a new podcast.
I'm not just the doctor of love. I'm now the doctor of babies. But Lauren and I talk about all this stuff and kind of, it could be politics, it could be movies, it could be anything. And that's what we talk about on the show. And we have great interviews, and it's every day. We're shooting it in our house. And I love it. It's this tight little show. Because, what I think was missing, and Lauren thinks was missing in TV, is that kind of go-to morning show. Yeah. Because look, the network morning shows are tired. Yeah. They look so old. Yeah. They don't speak to this generation that really kind of, they don't want it to be so biased as the morning shows are cheesy. It's so silly and cheesy. And so we're like, let's do something for the everyday person who just wants a quick hit of what's going on in the world, get me up to date, and I can listen to it on the toilet. I can listen to it while I'm getting the kids ready. I can watch it. I can find it on my time. 30 is such a sweet spot. It's on demand. You can watch it on air. You can watch it on YouTube or listen to it wherever podcasts are found. Yeah. After you listen to Off the Vine. Yeah, of course. And but it's a quick 30-minute show. That's and then you're on your way. That's awesome. And we're having a blast doing it.
Well, you guys are such professionals,
and maybe there's other things to come too.
Oh, well, I can't freaking wait. Like when? Give me a timeline.
Hopefully soon. Hopefully. Is there wood? Is there wood in here? Knock on. Is this wood? I'll just, that's close enough.
As soon as in like a month?
I can't. I'm
Okay, I know I'm like blue in the face from saying this so much, but you know how I've been upgrading my backyard? I've just painted it too, but I've been doing all this stuff with Wayfair all summer long. Just when I thought I was done changing things up, now I'm getting an itch to refresh my living room. Why do I do this? I actually do this all the time. I'm thinking a new couch, a cozy rug, some cute throw pillows. Actually, I just got throw pillows from Wayfair. But the little things that just make a space feel like a home. And with fall coming too, I don't know, I wouldn't mind just upgrading maybe my cookware too, to make all those soups and the slow cooker meals. It just hits different when the temperature drops. I know you know what I mean. So what I love about Wayfair is how easy it is to just find everything your home needs. Furniture, decor, kitchen stuff, all in one spot and for every budget. Plus, their free delivery on big items means no surprise fees, which is honestly the best. So get organized, refreshed, and back to routine for way less. Head to wayfair.com right now to shop all things home. That's WAYFAIR.com. Wayfair, every style, every home.
The ultimate grown-up summer camp is officially coming to Destin, Florida, September 26th to 28th, and it's called Lady World. Headliners include Hannah Berner, comedian and star of Giggly Squad, Stassi Schroeder, Lady Gang, Girls Gotta Eat, Chicks in the Office, Justin Sylvester, Rachel Lindsay, Kaitlyn, Bristowe, and so many more, plus music from The Maine and Pop 2K members of NSYNC, BB Mac, O-Town, Mark McGrath from Sugar Ray, Ryan Cabrera. It's just our dream lineup. 3 days of activities, 3 nights of shows, all for $300. Tickets are available now at ladyworld.co. That's Ladyworld, L-A-D-Y, world.co. But hurry up because they are really going fast. Lady World, presented by Elf Cosmetics, takes over Destin this September.
I love this version of Chris Harrison.
Me too.
Yeah, you must feel like a little bit of a free bird.
Yeah, I've never been happier.
Yeah.
I truly, I think of a time in my life and I've never been happier. Yeah. And a lot of it has to do with the health. As Lauren and I say, we're in a good season right now because all that too shall pass. Yeah. We will have bad seasons where people are sick, people are dying. Ugh. It just happened. It's life, right? And so when everybody's doing good and we're having, there's some babies being born in our family. We have 2 new nephews. Enjoy that season. Yeah. Life is precious. It's short. You get one shot at this. That's why I've always tried to help you with your angst and all your anxiety. I'm like, babe, we got one shot at this.
I know.
Don't waste it.
I know.
Counting ceiling tiles.
Oh, I'm such a freak.
A big, beautiful freak, though.
A big, beautiful freak.
But I just want to say, though, I relish and appreciate our friendship.
Me too.
I always have. I always will. I know there's always going to be those calls of like, what did she just do? But I also love that about you. And it's like, and I always say this, I'm like, what you see is what you get with Kaitlyn.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about you. So don't change.
I'll just try and evolve them maybe a little bit,
Evolve
but
a little bit,
but
don't go changing.
Okay, I won't.
Yeah.
I promise I won't. I don't think I can. At this point, I think I already would have.
I think that ship has sailed.
I think people would maybe like me to change a little bit, but
someday
no.
I want to stand before you at your wedding.
Oh, you will be marrying whoever I am marrying.
And I wish that. I want that to happen.
It will.
Yeah. Someday.
Maybe that's in my 5-year plan.
Okay. Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. We put that out in the universe. I'm a big fan. I'm a big believer too of speak it into existence.
I spoke this whole house into existence. I really did. And the 2 dogs and everything.
By the way, you've been to my house. You've been to both my houses because you were in Austin.
Yeah.
I'd never been to your house.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
It's weird to see Kaitlyn with a beautiful home, just a normal home.
And
ramen running around.
I know. It's so, My friends from Canada, from when I was like 19, and just an absolute degenerate in Vancouver, living in a 400 square foot apartment, just like never knowing where my next paycheck was coming from and just like going out all the time. My best friend came to my house and she goes, "You're a adult."
Yeah, you're so adulting. And I know, look, I'm 53. You're still in your 30s.
Let me be 39.
Still in your 30s. But and so, everybody is, I used to say, oh, they're young, they're being silly. And I'm like, they're not that young anymore. It's we're all getting adulting.
We are. It's really, really crazy.
I am truly in a wonderful place in my life.
I love that. You can tell.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. I told you, I don't know if it was on camera or off camera, but I was like, you look younger than 10 years ago, but I do believe that that's happiness.
Yeah, it is. No, it's being truly in love and loving my life and my family and where everything is right now. It's just like, okay. I feel like I can breathe right now.
I love that.
That's why I truly enjoy the work. And that's why I think it's time to get back. Cause it's like, okay,
that's true.
The fire's lit again.
Well,
and I'm ready
I
to
always
get back to it.
Freak out when it's slow, but I'm like, that should be the time to like breathe and be able to be creative again and be where you need to be and have the like level-headedness. Is that a word? No. Nope. Yeah.
I can only play so much golf and drink so much wine. You got to do something.
Please
else.
tell me you're not on the train of not drinking wine.
Oh no.
Okay, good.
Who do you think I am?
Okay, good. Well, some people
No. My tequila and my wine.
Yeah,
No, I still have my wine cellar and
I love your wine cellar. That was the first place I think you took me when I got to your house. You're like, look at this. So I was like,
I know we have Spade and Sparrow, but I think I opened up a bottle of Scarecrow the first time we did our podcast. Remember that at the house in
Oh my God, I do. I got so drunk at your house.
So drunk and then I put you on a red eye.
And I missed my flight. I missed the flight because I like woke up and I was like at my girlfriend Penny's house. I woke up and I'm like, I was supposed to fly out like 4 hours ago.
Yeah. we drank at least 2 bottles of wine, really good wine, just ourselves.
Yeah.
That was fun. That was a good night.
It was so much fun and that podcast did so well. And then now I feel like this is so fun to sit here 10 years later.
I know. Oh, the Mirrorball trophy right behind you.
That old thing right there. Yeah. I make my guests stare at it just so they know how cool I am.
So in our house, we have 4 Emmy awards.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
4 Emmys?
4 Emmys. Lauren and I, between the 2 of us, we have 4 Emmys.
Cool.
Yes.
Okay,
I have 0.
Oh.
Lauren has 4.
Stop. I thought
she makes me stare at her Emmys too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She just brings them whatever
But
room
I like
you're
to
in.
say between us we have 4.
Yeah, okay.
Because it sounds like we probably have 2 each.
It made me think you had 2. Yeah.
No. Lauren has 4. Lauren has 4 freaking Emmys.
Well, we're going to change that.
And so if you watch, which you have to watch one episode through the drama on Dr. Phil's Merit TV, over her shoulder is one of her Emmys.
Yes.
Over my shoulder is like a picture of us.
And your book.
In my book, yes. Yeah. The perfect
amazing.
letter.
Yeah.
That's it. But see, around our house are all her Emmys. But thanks for having me in your home.
Oh my gosh.
I truly appreciate it.
I'm so grateful you came here and that it wasn't over Zoom. And I want to come to Austin and I want to visit you guys. And
anytime, my home is always open. This is how much I love you. I flew to Nashville today just for this.
I can't believe
I'm on a plane back out and I flew Southwest for you.
Holy shit.
That's how much I love you.
Chris.
But kudos to
crazy.
Kudos to the Off the Vine. You
team?
Guys flew me business select.
Well, you think I put you at the back of the bus?
No, I was A1 today. When I tell you the power I felt being A1.
Did you get mauled by fans?
I don't know. I was A1. I was up front of the line. I was king of the world. I almost
I flew the plane.
I almost started taunting the little people behind me. You people don't know what it's like to be business select A1. It's impossible to get A1. It's the first time in my life.
Wow.
And I walked on the plane, and the best part is like the people that got on an hour after me sat right next to me. So it really didn't matter. But man, I'm telling you, for that 30 minutes, I was king of the world. I owned that Southwest Airlines flight.
Wow. I am such a Delta snob that I'm like, I'll take the layover.
There was only one plane that flies direct to Nashville and Austin, and it's Southwest.
Wow.
So that's how much I love you. I Southwest love you.
Wow. That's like, that means more than a lot of love.
It should. No, Southwest loving somebody.
That's next level, which I'm also going to take Southwest to come see you. So the love is mutual is what we're saying. Oh my God. Thank you so much. I love that you came here.
I love you too. And
you're the best.
I will always be there for you.
I know. I love you.